on, how many floors are in your house, single family, duplexes, three families. It's all different. But we need to make sure that they're working by testing them once a month. We want to change the batteries once or twice a year, just to make sure that we're safe. We also want to have carbon monoxide detectors.
Yes.
Which is carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas. We can't smell it. The only reason why we can say that I think I smell gas. Sometimes we leave the oven on. The gas company puts in a chemical dye called mercaptan, and that is what you're actually smelling, is incomplete burning of the mercaptan, not necessarily that you smell gas. So that's what gives it that nice blue flame that you see when you turn on the stove, because fire isn't blue, but it's the burning of the mercaptan, and that's what you smell. But you want to have one on each level of living space, no more than 10 feet from a bedroom from our carbon monoxide detectors. As far as what you're talking about, holiday safety, things like that, a few years ago, I did work the Thanksgiving Day fire where we had 4 or 5 houses damaged from a deep fryer. It was outside, but then it started to rain. It was brought inside. The turkey wasn't defrosted, so that caused a problem there. So we just want to keep things in mind in regards to cooking safety. If you start something, watch it. Don't go if you're living in the 10th floor of a high rise or somewhere, or even on the 3rd floor. You want to be mindful of if you're going to go down and get your mail, because now that phone might ring. You're going to take a phone call. You might see a neighbor. Forget about the rice that you started cooking. Now we have a cooking fire. Make sure pot handles are turned in if you have young ones. If there's a fire in the oven, call 911. It's not going to go anywhere. It'll eventually will go out because there's a lack of oxygen in there. But every time we take a peek, we want to look, is the fire out? We're just adding oxygen to it. So keep that closed. Keep our microwave doors closed if you see a fire in there. And during the COVID virus, we had an uptick in those microwave fires because we had younger people staying home. They want to make chicken nuggets. Instead of putting them in for 1 minute, they press 1 hour by mistake. So we had those small fires over the virus.
Wow. There's so many things, and I remember when I was a kid that we had the fire department, police department, all coming into the schools on a regular basis. Is that something that's still done?
Yes. So over the years, it goes back to when I started was Captain Steve Lima, then it was Captain Aruda, Captain Sullivan. Now I've taken over. I've been teaching fire safety since 1999, going into the schools, the 3rd grade and the kindergarten. That seemed to be the traditional target for our community. However, now with me in this position, we're going to try to get all the students. Is my goal.
I like that idea.
We'll see how that works, but I want to try to get into all our grammar schools, K through 5. I want to get to the middle school, maybe do a Young Explorer program with them that lasts about 10 weeks after school. I'd like to teach them CPR, just basic CPR. Go to the high school, teach our seniors dorm safety in the spring for us, our New Bedford high school students who are going off to college, dorm safety, because that's important. Also teaching them CPR. CPR is so important in our community today. Just doing compressions, not worrying so much about the breaths, but those compressions are so vital to somebody. It'll give them that extra time. So when the police department gets there, the fire department gets there, EMS gets there, their heart still has maintained some electrical activity where they can be defibrillated and brought back at a high successful rate.
Very nice. Well, you're definitely doing your job, and I've been, as dangerous as your job is, I always encourage young adults that are not sure what they want to do, from whether it's school, postgraduate, after high school. I always say, look into civil service, fire department, police department, good jobs, good stability, and you can really provide for yourself, like I was able to do for my family, and I'm pretty sure you did with your family. Is there any recommendation for a high school student right now?
High school students, if you're interested in becoming a firefighter, you just go to City Hall, go to Human Resource. The test now is every March. Um, if you want to take that test, take it. Veterans have preference, and then city residents have preference, and then after that, it goes outside of our city. Um, but I would suggest taking the test, even if you're not. You might not want to be a firefighter, but that's always there for you to take the test every March, as well as the police exam is also there. These are great jobs that are always needed. They have great benefits, good retirement. And then we have good schedules.
Awesome. I love that. It's you know, there's some there's a long history with me or myself and police and fire. And the craziest thing is when I was younger, at a young age, I was trying to decide which way I wanted to go. Had a very influential cousin of mine that he was a firefighter, and that was something I wanted to follow in his footsteps. So I was thinking, and it just so happened that the police exam came up first.
Right.
So I took it,
Right.
and the rest is history. So that was, but I have no regrets. Very proud of the 30 years that I was there, and I'm very happy to serve this city. So, what age did you start? I have a problem. I started really young, so I had to go. When you start young, you got to go a little longer.
Right.
But that's not a bad thing, because you know what? Even though I retired, I'm still working.
Right.
So even if you have to go longer with civil service, you're still gonna work. So, but when did you start?
I started basically in let's see, 1997. I was 25 years old. So I took the exam. My godfather was the Chief Openshaw. He retired in 92, I believe.
I remember that.
Yep. So he retired in 92, and he always encouraged me to take the test. I never took the test. Finally, I was working my other job at an auto parts store, looking and watching the firefighters. I like to help people. Looking at what they do, that's something I was interested in. So I called him and said, okay, I think I want to take the test now. So I ended up taking the test, scored well. I got a 98. Ended up there was some veterans hired in front of me, as they do have preference, rightfully so, for what they do for our country.
Sure.
And so then I was fortunate enough to get on in 1997, and then I've been on ever since. And it's the best thing. I love the job. It's great.
Yeah, sure is. The friendships last a lifetime. And then even the relationships on the streets, as you go to house or call to call, you end up building a relationship with some people, just for some of the things that you may have done. Save a life, mend someone with an injury, prevent house fire being more devastating than what it is. So until this day, I still talk to people that I came across, and I'm pretty sure that's the same with you.
Right. Yeah.
And everybody admires a firefighter, including me. Every time I went to a call and you and your colleagues were doing your work, men and women, and I would say, wow, it's things they have to do, during an 8-hour shift, your case a whole lot longer. And you're definitely appreciated by me.
Thank you. I appreciate what you've done too.
Yeah.
And what my brother and sister police officers do in the city. Yeah. That being a police officer is not easy nowadays. It's becoming a real challenge for them and what they have to deal with.
True.
People call us when they need us. Unfortunately, the police, they're there when they need us, but they're also giving tickets. That they do other things that people sometimes don't like, and that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
But firefighters, we're lucky that we're always there as they need us for something, whether it be a car accident, gas emergency, fire, medical call, you know, a leaky ceiling, you know, from a resident, a basement full of water. We deal with, you know, with all those things, and it's just we're there as the public needs us.
True. Definitely, I truly appreciate everything that you're doing. The fire prevention, I may be wrong, but I last knew it was on Hillman Street, correct?
It last was, and they've
Yep.
moved since downtown to Purchase Street, and most recently now they are down on Brock Avenue, right near the new public safety building. They are in the building just south of the new building. They're located in there. That's where people can get their fire reports or their permits if they're gonna be doing things like with burners and things like that, like oil burners and certificates. That's where that would be done.
True. All right. It's and it's good that you're at different locations. People don't understand the city that we have. It's what, 2.5, 3 miles wide,
Right.
but 13 miles long.
Miles long, right.
And
yes,
you have to cover such a huge amount of area. And I give people a test. I say, go to the deepest part of North End and just tell a family member, friend, meet you down at South End where the beaches are, and just time yourself.
Right.
Just normal speed, time yourself, and see how long it takes you just to get from one end to the other to the next, and at certain hours.
Right. Busy. Right.
You know,
with traffic, especially down Route 18. If you're going from the Oaks Nursing Home to Fort Rodman,
yes,
that's what I've done. What you just said. I told somebody, go to the Oaks Nursing Home, which is way up the north end of Sassaquin, and drive to Fort Rodman, and that's basically how long the city is and how long it takes you, especially now with the lights on, you know, Route 18.
Exactly.
It's going to take you longer than what you think it may.
Yeah. Let's check something out.
Sure.
Well, I just want to let everybody know we are live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. I'm actually on LinkedIn now on my own account. So feel free to share this, whether it's now that we're live or later on. This information is so important to you, to everybody. Mike Sameo, I see you. My man, he's way up north, you know. He's probably dealing with the rain. But this is one of my local friends, and he's Fairhaven, Cushnet born, right? Played some basketball for Fairhaven High School.
Okay.
And let's just say, I hope he's a future Hall of Famer at Fairhaven High School. He's definitely a good basketball player, good human being. And Michael, thanks for supporting us. And also, he's a future author of a very nice book that should be coming out soon, 2024. Unless he's a slacker and he put the pen down or the laptop down. But Michael's a good dude.
Yeah.
I actually encourage him to do a podcast.
Right.
He's his basketball knowledge, basketball period, but I like the stories he has when he talks about Pistol Pete.
Yep.
So, all right, Anthony. Let's see. Talked about carbon monoxide. Do you still give those out?
We have a program now. We just started with the American Red Cross, putting together it's a program that they have that we help them with. They provide free smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. You would call the American Red Cross, your local American Red Cross, let them know that you don't have smoke alarms, and we will provide them for you. At first, it started out as senior citizens only, but then the Red Cross, their executive board got together and said everybody's entitled to be safer in the community. So we just had our open house this past weekend at the new station. We had roughly 250 people come through our fire station. We did that together with the police. They had the dive team there. They had motorcycles there. They had a couple of things that they do, their special operations. We ended up cutting up a car that day. We had Domino's Pizza provided free pizza for us. The Cove Surf and Turf down the south end provided chicken nuggets for us. So it was really a great time. But we took 6 families. 6 families signed up for free smoke alarms. So that's 6 more families in our community. They're going to be safer. So what they'll do is they contact them, they set up an appointment, and then whether it be us or the Red Cross goes out to the home, and they install smoke alarms. I actually did it about a month ago. We did 4 homes in New Bedford, and it was older adults that we actually went to this time. But it can be any family that needs a smoke alarm. Just call the American Red Cross, whether it be New Bedford, Fairhaven, or Cushnet. The American Red Cross will contact that particular fire department, see if they want to help out with that. And usually we're helpful in working together with them.
It's nice. I like to spread anything, any word that you have from your department that you want the public to know. Feel free to get it to me any kind of way. Contact me. My email is reallycharlie podcast@gmail.com. But you have my phone number. Just contact me and say, hey, can you put this on the show? Or maybe the station can advertise something for you.
Thank you.
I gladly put it on there. I know every Tuesday when I'm here, 6 to 9, I would gladly post it, whether it's a picture or flyer. I can get it on that screen and just leave it on display for a little while.
Right.
The
a couple of things, Charlie, before. So we have had a couple of fires. A lot. You hear about the big fires, but you don't hear about those small one room and contents fires. So we've had a couple of those recently because the heaters are coming on.
Yes.
Just to remind people that heaters are meant for heating, not for drying clothes or anything like that. And that's what's happened a couple of times already this year, this fall.
Wow.
We can't leave clothes drying on the heaters. As far as candles as well, we want to make sure that when you're going to bed, blow that candle out.
Sure.
Because we don't want to leave lit candles, and don't put them near windows. There's curtains, draperies, shears, all kinds of things near windows. You get that little breeze, or the window's not airtight, and it moves the curtain. So we have so be careful with our candles. And also, you had talked about holidays coming up. Halloween's coming up. We want the kids to have a safe Halloween. We want them, if you have a dark costume, bring a flashlight with you. Wear something that's, illuminated, whether it be a necklace, a bracelet, especially with younger people wearing darker costumes.
Yes.
We want to be seen by other people and by other cars. Look both ways, and then one more time when you're crossing the street with an adult. Go to houses and families that you know, so you can have a safe Halloween. We are having a trunk or treat. I kind of took the lead on the open house, working with police. My brother and sister police officers are putting on another trunk or treat, working with us. They've invited us.
Very nice.
That's going to be October 27th from 4 to 6 at the station. We did it last year with some great success, but we're going to do it again this year, where our police officers have their cars decorated. Some of the firefighters had our cars decorated, and people just trunk or treat, and it was a lot of fun for the community.
All right, good. We can announce that again. I'll continue to announce that. I'll put it on the Facebook page on both WMB1 Radio and also the Really Charlie podcast page here on Facebook. Each show I'll try to get every host to announce it because it's very, very important and it's very safe. So I always encourage parents to bring their kids in.
Right.
So it's very important. Also we off camera we talked about you coming on, and now this gives other people an opportunity within the city.
Yes.
You mentioned about New Bedford Police. Now I might get this wrong. It's Captain Roa?
I think he's Lieutenant.
All right.
Yes.
So
I've been working with him. We've been doing some events together. He's very nice to work with. We actually went and we assisted and helped them with the night out this year. They invited us. So when they do things, they invite us. When we do things, we invite them.
True.
Just like at a fire, we work together. They help us, with crowd control, with traffic while we're putting out the fire. We might provide assistance if they have a domestic violence and they're trying to do something else. We can help the person who's injured while they might be looking and trying to get the perpetrator or the person, if that's the right word.
Yeah, I get you.
So while they're doing something, we're helping them, and we just help each other to make it work.
Yeah, it's
for a better outcome.
WMB1 Radio is here. It's in New Bedford, 262 Union Street, corner of Union and 7th. We're part of the city. We're part of the historic downtown, and we're also trying to get more of our city departments, officials, agencies, whatever. Come into WNB1 Radio. Come on the Really Child podcast. I invite you. I'm here every Tuesday. Usually loaded with guests, but I always try to find a space for someone that wants to come here and be part of our show, part of our family. So we're going to continue to do things in the city, and you are a perfect example. This is what we do.
Thank you, Mr. Perry.
You guys and girls, I see guys and I get in trouble, but I mean that for everybody. Everyone involved in the fire department.
Yeah, men and women, yes.
Yeah, and I wish that's more of the women in my family would try a job like firefighting. And police, I kind of usually shrug them away, only because I just don't. It's the job I experience. Yep. So I don't even encourage some of the men in my family to go. It's just something that that's just me. But as far as the fire department, very dangerous job. I've seen a lot of trainings over the years. I've seen a couple of trainings in the state of Florida, and what you are trained to do, and it's no easy task. It's no easy task just to get on the job. And I try to tell everybody, things are not going to be handed to you. You got to work hard for a job in the fire department, for a job in the police department. You have to work hard. If you want it, there's more than enough instruction to tell you how to get the job. So if you're looking to do such a profession like what Anthony does, or like what I did, just let me know. I'll get the information for you. I'll pass it on. I'll pass it on to you. But fire safety, very, very important. If you have any questions, I'll forward it to Anthony in the fire department. You can leave anything in the comment section if you wish. I'll definitely get it back to them. Excuse me. Needed some water. Bad host, I should have offered you some water.
Well, I would have brought the engine. We got 500 gallons of water on there.
I won't say this. Well, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember when the fire department used to load up the pools, different neighborhoods, and that's a no-no now. We can't do that. But that was nice just to watch, even if you didn't own a pool.
Right.
You get to see it.
To
Wow. It's even better when you filled up the pool the year before without the fire department. You know how long it took.
You're right.
And then when you guys came over,
right,
it was nice. So, but there's some activities in the city. Boo in the Zoo. Do you participate in that?
So we're going to be we're going to be, because you get to pick a weekend. We picked the 21st and 22nd. We're going to be there from 10 to 5. The 21st, we have there's actually a lot of things going on. A couple of other things. There is some type of a walk through for students at Meeting House Square. We're going to have a fire truck there. We're spread out like peanut butter on the 21st. So we're going to be at Boo at the Zoo. We're going to be at Meeting House Square. We're going to be at the Masonic Temple. They're having an open house for, I believe it's just males. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So for dads and
Yeah.
their sons, so the sons can come see fire trucks and things like that. And we also have an event. Boa Vista's having a book giveaway
Okay.
down at Boa Vista. They've done, I think, 4 this year. Esperanza will let me know if I got the number wrong. But I think it's their 4th, and it'll be their last for the season, where they'll go to a location. They have books, and they give out books. We have bookmarks. So we'll give out some stickers and some bookmarks that Saturday. So we actually have 4 events that day. So we got them all covered. And then the 22nd is going to be a little bit easier. There's only one event, and that's at Boo at the Zoo, 10 to 5.
Awesome. Well, you heard it. You heard it from Anthony. New Bedford Fire Department, Fire Prevention. Very nice dude. Good looking, makes our podcast look even better. You know, I'm loving it. And initially in the as we aired, there was a delay. So hopefully the whole show is on YouTube for everyone out there watching, like Mike Samail. Anyone on LinkedIn, I appreciate a little like and comment. And then on YouTube, actually click a like and subscribe, and you will see all the podcasts and all the shows on WMB1 Radio on YouTube. You know, whether it's Mags in the Morning, he's on there. Myself, Straight to the Point Sports Talk. You know, we all try to get them all on YouTube, bring in another audience. But feel free, add WMB1 Radio to your devices, whether it's Apple or Android, and also go to WNB1. Spell out the word 1, just like it is on the sticker above over there. And it's WNB1, .com, WNB1.com. And that's our website, which gives you a bio of everyone that's here, along with the shows. And, you know, feel free, you want to have a certain song on the radio, we would definitely play it, put it on the playlist, on the rotation. And there's also opportunities to advertise your business on the radio station. Just get in touch with us through the website, and we'll definitely send you the pack. All right, Anthony.
Can I go over one? Do we have time for one more
listen,
topic?
We will not stop until you say.
Well, it's your show. I can. Well, I can talk till 9 in the morning.
I'm here till 9 at night. So
I won't do that. I would like to go over just egress plans, which is part of an issue, which is a problem we've had in our city, and that's the reason why the mayor has asked for more education in the city. Talking to Chief Kruger, they're both on board with the increase in education, and that's my job. And my goal was to try to triple my output of what I did last year. In doing so, we need to make sure we have egress plans, which is basically a plan for your family, which you can practice. And I suggest, it can be used anytime, but practice it on a Friday night, on a Saturday night. Get the family together, sit down, whether it be at the table, having a meal, which is rare nowadays because everybody's on the run, everybody's got something to do and pulled in different directions. Sit down at the table, sit down together, have an egress plan, go over it. So basically anywhere you are in the house, you want to have 2 ways out and meet on the front lawn at a meeting place. That could be a rock, a mailbox, a tree, somewhere in front of the house, where everybody gets to. So in your bedroom, you have a door and a window that is considered 2 ways out. In your house, you have a front door, side door, back door, 2 ways out. So you want to have 2 ways out. If the alarms are going off, okay, you want to go over to the door and feel it with the back of your hand. If that door is hot, obviously you didn't hear the alarm in time. And that's why we want to practice it with our young people. 11 o'clock at night, Friday, Saturday, there's no school the next day. Adults, sound that alarm, test your alarm. Does your son or daughter, do they hear that alarm? Are they going to be able to get up right away? Sometimes they don't. They do make fire detectors that you can program a voice. Because sometimes, younger people, they'll wake up for that dad voice, that mom voice, that guardian voice, whoever it is that's taking care of them that day. they get up for that, but it needs to be loud. So once they hear, when they go over to that door, if that door is hot, stay in your room. Wait for an adult to come and get you. Go over to your window. Don't hide under the bed. Don't hide in the closet. Don't hide in the ceiling. Even though we know that that's being facetious, but go over to that window. Get the attention of firefighters, because when we go to a house and we know somebody's trapped inside, we're going to walk around the house looking. We're going to go inside looking, but we're going to go around the house from the front to the left to the back to the right. We're going to go around because the house is A, B, C, D, no matter what community we're in. If I want a ladder to the back side, I'm going to call it the C side. If I'm in Fairhaven or Acushnet, Dartmouth, New Bedford, the C side is the back. That's where we're going.
Very nice.
But we want people to stay at their window, waving a flashlight, waving a pillowcase, dirty clothes, it doesn't matter. Knock on the window, get our attention so we can get a ladder, come up and get you, which my brother and sister firefighters have done, within the past year a couple of times. Now, if the alarm goes off, you feel the door at the back of your hand and it's cold, open the door. There might be smoke. Crawl like an alligator. Stay like an alligator. Stay low. That's where all the good areas. Crawl out to safety. Adults make the decision, if it's safe to go back inside if there's no smoke, or maybe it's cooking. But what happens is we become complacent because there's 50 alarms go off and it's always a false alarm. It's nothing. It's cooking. It's whatever it is. It's that 51st alarm that goes off and those people or that person rolls over thinking that it's not a fire. And this time it really is. So take each alarm seriously. Get out until you know it's safe to go back in. Get outside to the meeting place. Call 911. Anytime you think you have a problem, you smell gas, you think you smell gas, you think you have a fire, you've seen sparks in your outlet, call us. That's what we're there for. We're there to protect you. We're there to help you. We have thermal imaging cameras that will look and see if it's hot. But basically, families, I would love that you practice egress plans. Spend time together, 10, 15 minutes, and come up with that plan. So that way you'll have a safer house and we'll have a safer community. Thank you.
No,
I appreciate that.
That was wonderful information, very important. And I like that. I like that because I can use this for you. I'm working in the school department.
Oh, thank you. Good.
So now I could use this for you.
Oh, we'll work together. You could maybe help me with my Young Explorer program.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. That's great.
I just, do what I can. Talk to my fabulous principal, see what she says, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I gladly like to help you out any kind of way I can. All right. This was great. This was a great podcast. I'm glad that we were able to get connected together through our friends.
Yes.
And let's do it again.
All right, absolutely. We'll definitely do it
Whenever you're ready, we can do it again. And,
maybe December we'll talk about holiday safety, Christmas trees and things like that. And like you were talking about the lights, we don't want to give everybody the whole pie today. We'll save some. We'll save some for December. I'd love to come back.
I'm ready for you whenever you want. If this day's not good for you, we'll try to make it another day.
Yeah, no, Tuesdays are great.
But we're ready. We're friends of the fire department, friends of the city of New Bedford. So when you're ready, we'll be ready for you.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
And this was great. This is my first podcast.
Yeah. And you got 5 stars, man. Look at that.
Oh,
I might see you on one of the late night shows later.
We'll see.
Let's see. All right, everyone. This is the Really Charlie podcast. And I'm going to end this podcast with my favorite song by Lionel Peter Walker. It's the Really Charlie introduction. So this is local too. This guy's local, and he created this video you're going to see right now. All right, everyone. Have a good night. I'll see you next Tuesday. I'm going to continue with the music, but I got to let Anthony out. So
good night, everybody. Have a safe day. And I want to say hi to my mother. Hi, Mom.
All right. Perfect. So continue to listen to WMB1 Radio, and I'll be playing some music until the 9 o'clock hour. But right now, I got to take care of my guest. All right, y'all. See you later.
It's the Really Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair and fill your glass.
Gift from the guests.
I can't wait.
If you want to on my way, I can rest your soul on the mellow night.